is unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Y'all know this is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. All right. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Come on in, everybody. We got a nice exclusive interview today from one of my followers from Atlanta, and she wants to share the story. She's originally from Chicago, but she moved to Atlanta, and she wants to share her story. And she asked me about a week ago, can she come on the platform? And I said, yes, you can. We finally getting around to it. This is Saturday around 7:03 Chicago time, Central Time. I think it's 8:03 Atlanta time. So hopefully you got some of your people watching. Have them come on in. All right, people, do me a favor before we get started. I'm gonna need you guys to share this video, and a lot of things that I know a lot of people are going to be coming in and like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And it's sometimes it's so difficult to keep repeating yourself. And I just want to I just, I don't want to have to keep repeating myself. So if you could do me a favor, people, just come on in and just share the video. And those that come in later, you can fill in the blanks for them. And I'll try to do as we go. And that's what we want to do. We want to talk about some sad story. This is a very sad story, but it's real. It's not made up. We got all the proof we need. I'm going to let me get my phone line. Are you going to take any questions? So that's cool. No questions. Okay, no questions. Okay, well, I ain't got to put the phone on then, so I can leave the line. Okay, good. So come on in, people. We are here. We're live, uncut, unedited, and I got a special guest tonight. I need you guys to share the video now. Share it on your page. Share it on your page. Send it to your inbox. Send it to your inbox. And that'd be grateful. I'm going to share it on my page. Share it on my page. And those of you that's here, give you a few minutes to pop on in. We got like 30-some people. We need at least about 60 people all together now. I know. Y'all, how many people shared this video? I guarantee you not many. Come on in. I know the weather's great outside, but you still got your cell phones. You can look in, and we're talking about a black sister, about her black son who was mistreated. And I'm going to let her tell her own story, but I want to let you guys know that this is real. And we're going to be doing a lot of these type of stories to help. We're going to use the tools that we're allowed to have to make this story come alive. I tell you, people reach out, not just here in the city of Chicago, all over the country. And I want to get this story out. I don't want this story to be swept under the rug or nothing like that. You know what they do. They'll come and try to sweep it under the rug and wait till it die out. Then they'll be talking about the shootings in the neighborhood, things that, to cover up what they don't want us to do. So, they control the media, but they don't control our media. We got freedom of press. So share this video. Let me go to some of the comments down here. All right, people, what's going on? We got an interview today. Share the page, people. Share the page, please do. And I know you guys are going to get on here and ask me, what's going on? We got a story from right out of Atlanta, fresh off the hot press. And this is a real story. This is not gossip. This is facts. It's backed up by facts. This is a black woman, and she wants to tell a story. She said she want to come on my platform, and I allow her to come on the platform, and so we can talk. All right. We got at least 50 people on here, 47. Let's get started. All right. Now, my dear sister, first thing I always ask my guests to do, introduce themselves. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you live at, and why you're here.
Well, my name is Rakaya. I'm originally from Chicago. I moved to Georgia, um, Rockdale, Georgia, to give my kids a better chance to be able to go out and ride their bikes freely and be able to be kids and live in peace. Um, I have a real issue here in Georgia.
Okay.
You know, this hasn't been easy. I was able to give my children a better home, a better environment, but the school system, the people that they have in the school system, are not prepared for our children as far as treating them accordingly, as far as not violating them for who they are, for any diagnosis that they have. Children are children.
Okay.
Children are children.
Um, your son, how you pronounce it, the correct pronunciation of his name?
Caden.
Caden. I'm gonna get it right. Caden. Caden is how old is Caden?
Caden is 6 years old.
He's 6 years old. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. And so he was attending public school down in Rockdale, Georgia.
Yes, Show Creek
Correct.
Elementary.
Okay. And you said that your son has special needs, right?
Yes, he was diagnosed with autism spectrum level 2.
Okay. Can you explain us what that means, special level two, a little
Uh,
bit, if you know?
Autism spectrum level 2 is basically a diagnosis with a child who's over energetic. They have some communication issues as far as with their speech.
Mm.
They need speech therapy, ABA therapy, occupational therapy, far as different assistance and therapy to help them be able to live their day to day necessities within life. Um, he's very antsy. It makes some children that have autism are calm and some are very withdrawal.
Okay.
Um, my son, Caden, he has autism. He's artistic. He's very hyper at times. He does have calm moments, but he does, if his mind is set to something, is set on something. And
Mm.
he's not welcoming to different individuals every day.
Okay. Question. Is he on any type of prescription drug or anything?
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Never have been.
The only thing that Caden is on is hydrocortisone ointment, and that's
Oh,
because
okay.
of eczema.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So is he what in kindergarten, head start, first grade? What
Caden is in first grade.
first grade? Okay.
Yes.
And is this the teacher? She's white, black, or
This is a black teacher.
oh, okay. She's a black teacher.
Hmm.
And do you know anything about her
I,
background, her
I
education?
don't. My son was recently moved into her classroom when I basically had was trying to communicate with the school far as with his IEP and 504 plan and getting him the services that he needs. Um, the school basically told me that they were low on staff, and due to the fact by them low on staff with special education, that he was placed in general population. And by him being placed in general population, he didn't get treated as if he had a diagnosis. He was treated as like he was a regular child.
Okay.
They treated as if it was a behavior.
Okay. Now let's get down to the meat part of why the reason why we're here. I just want to educate a couple of my listeners about your son and about the teacher. All right. So another question before we get to that. Did your son attend the same school, Rockdale Elementary, last year?
He did. He
Okay.
was enrolled there, and he didn't have a full year
Okay.
because, like I did say at the beginning of his kindergarten year, they had a kindergarten review. And I wrote a letter to the school asking that my son get tested because I felt that he did have special needs that need to be addressed. They did take the document, but it was far towards the end of the school year where the services still wasn't provided for him.
Okay. So you're saying that they didn't have a staff that was equipped to deal with your son uh, autism. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, because he was with his diagnosis and his evaluation, and far as his occupational therapy, his pediatrician, they all suggested that he receive one-on-one.
Oh, okay. All right. And you related that to the school, right?
They have all of those documents.
Okay, great. All right. Now let's get started to the meat. So tell us the date that when this incident took place with your son at school.
Tuesday, August the 22nd.
Okay, Tuesday, August 22nd. Second.
2020.
Okay. So tell us exactly what happened to your son and what was told to you. I mean, according to their narrative, the staff, what they told you at the school. Tell
Well,
us what they told you first. What happened?
oh, that asked, they gave me a call informing me that Caden wouldn't go into timeout. Um, I do a meditation coping mechanism with Caden to try to get him to calm down. And usually the school knows about it. We've done it multiple times to where they'll call me over speakerphone and I'll be able to, Caden, what's wrong? You having a rough day? Come on, let's meditate. Let's calm down. Let's breathe, take some deep breaths. Get him to try to reroute himself. The teacher called me at 9:12 a.m. Tuesday on the 22nd of August, stated to me that Caden wouldn't go into timeout. Caden was crying. I heard him crying, Mommy, Mommy, is that my mommy? And I asked the teacher, can I speak with Caden? The teacher gave Caden the phone. I FaceTimed the phone because Caden, he doesn't hold the phone up to his ear. He's better. You'll get a better connection and communication with him. Like if he sees your face, he goes off facial expressions.
Mm-hmm.
So she did allow the FaceTime. I do have that proof as well. Um, the FaceTime went for like 7 minutes. And in between the beginning of the FaceTime, she gave the phone to Caden. And Caden was crying. I got him to calm down. I said, what's wrong? He told me his head hurt. And I said, why does your head hurt? He said, teacher gave me medicine. And she took the phone. She said, what did you say? What did you say? What did he say? Your head hurt. Your head hurt. She got tried to talk over him. She grabbed, I said, what did you take? What did you take, Caden? And I'm screaming that through her phone. And I asked her right then and there, please have my son in the office. I'm on my way there. Caden is able to tell you what he wants to eat, if someone hit him, if you gave him something, if he doesn't feel good, he's able to communicate that. By the time I got to the school, it was like 9:36 because the school isn't far from me. Not even 9:36. I want to say 9:20, 9:26. So they're like 7 to 8 minutes away. I work from home. By the time I got to the school, Caden was in the office. And when he was sitting in the office, he was just sitting there like he was just stuck in a daze. And at that time, I got Caden. I'm like, come on. It's like, you don't have to check him out. He's already checked out. Anytime when you go to any school to pick up a child for early dismissal, no matter what, you are always supposed to sign that child out.
Mm.
They told me I didn't have to sign him out. So I took Caden and I walked to the door. And Caden said, I don't feel good, Mommy. I don't feel good. And I opened up the car door. I'm like, come on, buddy, get in the car. And when I got in the car, I'm like, what's wrong? And I looked back. He was laying across the seat. He said, I don't feel good, Mommy. I don't feel good. The medicine my teacher gave me. I said, what medicine your teacher gave? And he said, I drank it with purple. I said, you drank it and it was purple. And by the time I'm looking at him, he's just laying back and he's just breathing. You could see his heart and stuff just going through his chest. And I'm like, I picked my child up. I took him back into the school. We haven't even left the property. I demanded for the principal. The principal came up. I asked her to speak with Caden. I called my boss on my phone to let him know I had walked off my job and that I wasn't going to be able to return for the remainder of the day. By the time I turned back around, the principal said, "What medicine?" I said, "I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out too." So at this time, the nurse come, as other administrators within the school come. The nurse picks my son up and take him down to her office, and she takes his vitals. She see he's in distress at this time, and now he's just leaning back. He like, "My teacher gave me the medicine. My teacher gave me the medicine." He just kept saying it over and over again. His head hurt. He didn't feel good. At that time, I just broke down because I know my child's like I thought he was just passing out right in front of my face. The nurse seen that he was in distress, the way he was breathing, his vitals was high. When she took everything that paramedics got there. Once the paramedics got there, they kind of talked to him. They got a little bit out of him. They picked him up. They put him on a stretcher. They took his vitals, his blood pressure. Everything was just all off. For him to be so little, it was just all off. Next thing you know, the paramedics rushed out of the school with my son in the ambulance, taking him down into Atlanta to the Children's Hospital. By the time I get there to the Children's Hospital, I didn't ride in the paramedics with them. The paramedic told me that your son said the teacher gave him some medicine and it was purple. He said, and he likes Spider-Man. I said, he does. He said, I've been trying to keep him up. He said, does he use the bathroom by himself? I said, yes. He said, he can't even stand up and hold his own private. That's how off he was. He wasn't with it. Mm. Khadyn sees the doctors. They stand him, they try to walk him. They see he can't walk. He can't. Now, at this time, time is passing by. He tell him the teacher gave him some medicine. It was purple. He still didn't go to sleep. He still was up and alert. And he was telling him he just was out of it. Doctors was drawing blood from off his hand. And off of a 6-year-old hand, he didn't move. When they got that vein, he didn't move. And you know, you guys, anybody that's been to the hospital and you had IV, you know in your hand, that hurts. I didn't have to hold him. Nobody had to restrain him. They was like, he's just out of it. That's what the nurses and faculty said at the hospital. The doctor came in. She said, it seems like she gave him some Benadryl. Benadryl is a drug which doesn't come up in common drug tests. So my child was provided a substance at school which made him have an unsteady gait with walking and slurred speech to where he was just the teeth gave me this. It was just completely off. The school's been quiet. Before we can get out the hospital, the school has said that they had watched the video and there wasn't nothing on the video for them that they saw, which is not true. The police never once came to the hospital to talk to us. They made a police report. I guess they got that from the school, but no law officials ever spoke with me in reference to my son, besides me speaking with an investigator. The investigator did state he was going to request a video. As of Tuesday, when I did call, he stated that they still haven't sent the video over to him. So his investigation is still open. If I get a lawyer and anyone else, the lawyers that I have on standby, they can't do anything because the investigation is still open. The school hasn't sent over the video. I haven't sent over the video. My son, they even had him sent to a specialist here in Georgia. And he was able to sit down with these specialists who deal with autistic children. And they talk to him, try to reroute him, talk to him, and he tells the same story over and over and over again. When the detective tried to talk to the teacher, she lawyered up. Why did she lawyer up?
Wow.
Why lawyer up? On video, when I went to the school, we went to the school and they tried to show clips. One clip will be when he's in the room. They will pause it, press play, he's in another room. How did he get there? What's going on? The next clip, he's running through the hall. Why is he running through the hall? Khadyn stated that his teacher gave him the medicine and he ran through the hall to throw it out the door. In which you can see that I saw that part on the clip that they showed me. They showed me a clip. I haven't seen the video. They showed me a clip, and the clip doesn't show anything. On this clip, the first thing that you have the teacher addressing is, okay, then your mommy's not going to leave you at home, huh? You got the teacher also call Khadyn, call another student's Khadyn name. He said, I'm not Khadyn. She said, that's the last name you want to be called. So now in the next clip, they're in another room. How did they get there? I don't know. Now in this room, it's just her and Khadyn. And she's
Oh,
playing the
hold, hold it,
video.
hold it, hold it. So you saying that when they showed you the clip, are you there? Faith disappeared. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But the question I wanted to ask, let me see where she at. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what happened. But yeah, her name is still, so I'm assuming this. The question I wanted to ask her, when she was watching the video, they were showing her clips, not the whole video, like in real time. You know, when something is like edited, okay, she probably kind of come back in. When something is edited, they just show you little clips of just show it in real time. So, what, in other words, what she was saying is, he was in the room, then they showed another clip of him in another room. She was saying, how did he get there? Show that part. So that's what I wanted her to bring out. But she's left the video. Hopefully she'll come back. This is very painful to talk about this when your son or your daughter is being mistreated in any institution that you send your child there to learn. And I tell you, people, don't think because some of these little children have a disability, they can't explain themselves. They don't know what's going on. One thing I learned about children, children know, hold on, children know that who loves them, and they knows that. They know that.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, the part where they show me, I'm not understanding the clips that they show me. And these are clips. It's not a full video. I took my child to school at 7:36. I dropped him off. He was fine. He ate breakfast here. He had oatmeal and he had sausages. He drank his oat milk. We sang on the way to school, his ABCs, and I was telling me today was going to be a good day. The next thing you know, I have a child being brought out on a stretcher, being rushed to the hospital because he's in distress because the hospital said he took a unknown substance. And they had to label it as an unknown substance because it doesn't come up in a common drug test. But you have a child who sit up here, he's very, very smart. You can tell him something a year ago and he's going to remember it. He's going to remember it. From right now, from my knowledge, I'm still waiting for the investigator to do his job. And as the lawyer stated, he has to close out his investigation before I'm able to even see the video. I honestly, right now, I have a 6-year-old that I withdraw from school who's not in school right now, who's traumatized because he thinks his teacher is going to creep in the house and give him medicine. I'm consistently hearing that. Now he's up under me more. He told me I was his Spider-Man. He loves Spider-Man. You know what, Spider-Man is like a superhero to him. So he knows that I saved him from out that situation. He knows that she gave him something which made him not feel the way that he was supposed to feel. But at the same time, now I'm sitting up here trying to reach out and call everybody. But in Georgia, you know what they tell me? Nobody's going to go against Georgia school system due to the fact that they're all in cahoots and under the same insurance policy. They're insured like the police. And they be afraid of retaliation. So I've been seeking outside of Georgia, trying to find lawyers and see what's going on. And they're like, hey, where's the investigator? Did he close out this? Did he get the video? It's like crickets. Nobody said anything. I've also went down to the sheriff's office and made a civil report on them. Like, I'm doing everything as a parent to make sure that I get justice for my son, because not even for mine. You know, yes, my son is artistic, and there are other artistic children out here. And just because we sending them to school, we send them out of our homes into another foundation to help them, to better them, not try to detain who they are and try to calm them down. You know, it's not right. It's not right. I've been doing over and beyond. This thing has actually went viral. I'm reaching out to everybody. I've even trying to reach out to Black Panthers, whoever can help me. Whoever can help me, because what was done to my child was not right. Am I okay with that? No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. But am I going to go to jail for it, making not cautious decisions? I have to think about it and do this properly. And the only way I can do this properly if I get a team behind me. If I get people who's going to stand with me on that front line of like, this isn't right. Because it couldn't just be my child. It could have been anyone else's child. You know, our special babies, those are special babies. All our babies are our babies. You don't want nobody to hurt them. You know, because those special, they give out so much love and they so much sweet. Sometimes, yes, they may be overactive and things of that nature. But is it right for them to be medicated in the school without getting no? I have documentations when you register for school. Is the nurse able to give your child medication? No, nobody's able to give him medication at all. The teacher should not have provided him with medication. Not at all. So when the detectives try to speak with a teacher, I thought all teachers are there to teach our kids, to help far as our community. I thought the teachers, we all supposed to be on the same team. But when it comes down for you speaking about this child that was in your classroom that got rushed to the hospital, you lawyer up. So now I'm sitting here and I'm just twiddling my thumbs, calling around. I done called Ben Crump. I done called some of everybody. Self Eisenberg. I done called everybody. What is it going to take? I want to see the video. I want to see the whole uncut, unedited video of this teacher giving my child medication.
Mm-hmm. And they do have cameras in that building, right? In the
They
school
have
building.
cameras in the classrooms.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So
They
when
have
you
behavior rooms in the classrooms.
okay,
And the behavior room is where they send your child for timeout when they're just not doing so much, or when they're not calm or whatever. They take them in a behavior room to try to get them to calm down. That's where she provided him the medication at.
oh, okay, in the behavior room, okay.
And he can honestly say that.
So there was no video from the behavior room when you.
They didn't show me anything. They showed me an edit when he walked in the classroom and the teacher said, "Oh, your mom didn't decide to leave you home today." And then another video, another clip. I'm going to continue to say clip because that's exactly what it was. It was a clip. They were sitting in the room. She paid her Lens Craft bill. I heard her give all her business. She played a video for Khadyn. "Put your hands up, mother." And he like, he laughing at it. They like, "Yeah, this happened." They could say, "Yeah, that happened." I'm not there for that. That's something that shouldn't even be supposed to be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Where's her giving him the medicine? Why does child leave out of here like this? All the staff, all the faculty in that school knows Khadyn, because I had a daughter who went there since first grade, and she graduated from that school to go to middle school.
Now tell me, I think we had talked sometime last week, and you said that your daughter witnessed somebody getting drugged down in the
My
hallway.
daughter, one day I got a call. It was in March 3rd. It was a teacher named there by the name of Miss Saxton. Khadyn was in kindergarten. She was a pair.
What's a pair?
A pair is someone who helps the teacher inside of the
Okay.
classroom.
We call it assistant aid. Okay. Yeah.
They call them pairs here.
Okay.
So she's a pair, rather the teacher's assistant. And remember, he is artistic, but you have him in this regular classroom, and I'm like, this is not where it's supposed to go. So Kaden didn't know this woman, and I guess she wanted Kaden to go with her. Kaden didn't want to go with her. He was pulling back. She was trying to pull him, and in the midst, she twisted his arm and drug him down the hall.
Wow.
So what did I do? I created a police report. You have that police report number. Now, funny thing about that teacher was removed out of the school. I didn't see that video. Okay, the teacher was removed out of the school. The police report that the deputy made for me, she created a police report. She gave me a police report number. My child was taken to the hospital. The police report was never filed.
Okay. Is this for that incident or for the one we're talking about now with the medicine?
This was for that incident.
Okay.
For the twisting of the arm. She
Okay.
never put in the police report. So all this time I'm going to the Board of Education demanding to see this video. I'm talking to people, and what they did is they swapped the people out the school, and oh, they promised me this big old, when school started back, we have a plan for him, and we promised this and we promised that. So Kaden, dad, and I was like, okay, let's try putting him on the other side of the school, see how this works. Just to see, because they're going to provide these services. Let's just try to see how it is. And they promised Kaden to be all right. Now we have the medicine. The same deputy who wrote the police report the first time, who fake filed it, is the same deputy who wrote this police report up. It took for the investigator, the detective, to meet with me on Friday to say, hey, we pulled that body cam. And the reason why everybody not responding to you, because it was never a police report on file. She never filed it. But she will be written up, and that police report will be filed. And I don't know how long they keep the video for. So I turn right back around and I go to the sheriff's office and I make a civil report on a deputy for not filing my police report.
So let me ask you a question. Now, you didn't mention it. Tell us about when your son went to a place and where they had some specialists to question your son.
So they
Tell
had
us about
Kaden
that.
go to a place called Mosaic in Georgia. It's a place called Mosaic. It's a place where children who get harmed or get hurt, they take them there, and they have special experts that can deal with children who are autistic and things of that nature. They took Kaden there. We went there. We was escorted there by the detectives. They had me and his dad in one room, and they had Kaden in the room with the experts. So while they're in the room with Kaden, they talking to him, they get in his story, they give Kaden something to drink. Kaden spits up. He spits it out. He like, ugh, he spit it up. It was nasty. So when they brought us all back together, Kaden said, Mommy, she gave me something. I spit up. The detective said, oh, wow. Right then and there, I was like, they was testing to see what would this child do. Would he say something when he was away from my presence? And he did exactly that. I said, who gave you something? And he told me. And she was like, it was just, I think it was just a little bit. And they was just trying, it was a test. But at the same time you did this test, so I asked for the results. What happened? We can't tell you that. You have your attorney. So y'all had me bring my child down here. Y'all do this, but then you can't even tell me the results. You say my attorney. I can't get my attorney on this because guess what? The investigators haven't closed the case out. It's been over a week. Have you received the video?
Hold it. I'm trying to understand something. So when your son took the test
at Moses with the experts.
Right. And they could not give you
anything.
Why? What was the excuse again?
My attorney will have to get that. It's the open investigation right now. Once he closes his investigation, then that's when we can go in.
Wow, something not right somewhere.
I say they all working together.
Yeah, something's not right.
I say they all working together.
So, and I'm assure you that if they told you they couldn't give you no response or anything, they found something. Trust me, they know something.
Exactly.
And what they're doing is they're trying to buy time to figure out what they're going to do, what they say, how they're going to word it, how they're going to cover up.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
what I see, according to what you're saying to me.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I'm getting. And when I spoke with the attorney yesterday, he said, "So have you spoken with the investigator?" I've spoken with the investigator. I've called him. I've sent them emails. I've left him voicemails. Here it is Friday. He still hasn't returned my call.
Sounds like you're gonna have to go make a special trip.
Yeah.
He's playing these phone games with you, so you're
Yeah.
probably gonna have to
But you know what? He's working on two other cases. This
regardless.
didn't have, and that's what he tells me. We're working on that. That has
That
nothing to
nothing
do.
to do with you.
Nothing to do with me.
You
Nothing to do.
they asked you to bring your son, and you
Yes.
did exactly what they asked you to do.
I met him at
Now,
the sheriff's office and
mm,
we followed the deputies to this secret location facility. And we went in there and we met with the people and they talked with them. They did all of that, but still, I'm not getting the responses that I need. And right now, it's very hurtful. It's very hurtful because it's like everybody is just, it's quiet. It's very quiet. No one's telling me anything. Here we are over a week now, and I still have no answers. How long do I have to wait till an investigator close out? How long does it take for him to get a video?
mm, wow. Somebody said you guys supposed to have an attorney present when they gave him this test, and that's what I was telling you. Like you can't be going into these meetings with these parents and principals and all that with these other students, not
It
students.
wasn't. It wasn't the teacher. It wasn't
Right,
the. It wasn't the principal. It
right.
was the doctor facility. In
Okay,
order for them to take his statement, they had to have Caden, due to his diagnosis,
okay,
he had to see them people on his behalf. In
okay,
order for him to keep investigation open and for him to be able to go forward, that's how he explained it to me.
okay, okay.
So
Mm,
these people are going to testify on Caden's behalf.
okay.
But why is it I still can't know what's going on?
Mm, good point. Now, if someone needs to reach you, how could they reach you on social media?
You can most definitely reach me on social media. Yes.
Okay. Well, give us your name on social media. Spell it for us. Your first and your last.
It's Rakaya, Rakaya Thompson. Rakaya Thompson.
Okay. And also have anyone from Atlanta reached out to you? Any
No,
activists or any? Do you know
I've
any of
tried
them?
to find activists out in here in Georgia. I haven't been unsuccessful. I've also reached out to Jedediah Brown to
Mm,
see if he knew people. I've reached out to everybody.
mm,
And one thing I can say is T in the Shade, they helped put this story out for us. Um, and far as in Georgia, getting people to come along and try to help me, it's hard. It's hard. I've been calling around. I've been looking for people. I've been trying to find all the resources I need. But the only thing about it is that they need for the investigator to find something on this teacher on that video for it to be a criminal case for my lawyers to go in and say, all right, this is it.
okay.
But we waiting on the investigator.
Okay. Wow. So in the meanwhile, you have to stand still, huh?
No, ain't no standing still. There is completely no standing still for me.
Okay.
I'm doing
Okay.
everything in my will to make sure that I'm heard, my child is heard, and I get justice for my child. Because guess what? If I don't and I be quiet, it's gonna happen to someone else's child, and their child may not make it.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Well,
I am his voice. He doesn't have a voice like how I do, so I have
right.
to be his voice. I
As a
gotta put
parent,
it
as a
there.
guardian, yes.
I gotta let them know. So I gotta be strong and carry two voices for him, be able to speak for him and stand on it. I just can't let it see, oh, my mama let that happen and that was okay. It's not okay.
Well, the father's in his life too. It's a voice too.
Yeah,
So,
yes, most
right.
definitely.
All right. All right. So, all right. Is there anything else you'd like to say? I'm gonna conclude it. The last statement. I see you down there reading them comments. Don't get
No, it's just a lot of going on in my mind right now.
Okay.
It's not even the comments is the last thing what I'm thinking about right now.
Okay.
What I'm thinking about is how can I be able to draw out to everybody that's even
Well,
possible
well,
help.
let me just say this, and I'm gonna say this all due respect. This is a very sensitive case, and you need people to help you that know how to get down.
No, it's like everybody calls.
Right.
Everybody calling to check up.
Mm,
Everybody call check it. Everybody call check it. But ain't nobody helping.
mm,
Ain't no help.
yeah.
And I want help.
Yeah.
That's the most thing, and it hurt. I don't medicate my child. I can take how he is. He's very sweet. Very sweet. It's not fair that he go outside of my house and I dropped him off there for them to do that to him. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's hurting me. Because as a parent, it's like I allowed them to hurt him. And he know that he was hurt. So now that he know that he's hurt, he's like traumatized. He stays up under me. He told me she gonna creep in here and give me medicine. If he's doing that, I'm thinking in my head, this probably not the first time she did it.
She maybe did it to somebody else's child.
You know?
Mm.
Because
Wow.
guess what? Teachers, they get frustrated. They get they want quiet to sit down, to be quiet. They consist of other people, kids. It's still no reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I need every soldier it is to just help me get this video. I want to see. I want to see. I want to know what's going on. Because it don't feel good. It don't feel good. You see how much I've called you and been on you like, Mark,
Mm.
I need some help.
Yep. You definitely. I'm hopefully somebody reach out to you, and especially those that's on the ground that's in Atlanta. I mean, this is a case that you definitely need to help a sister, whatever way you can, you know. And I guarantee you, if cameras was flooding this case all over this case, they'd be standing right next to you. So as soon as them cameras gone, they gone.
The news people, they are waiting for the detective to state what's going on. They
Right.
put out a news statement that the school stated they didn't see anything on the video and that they were not, the police didn't see anything, but the police tried to talk to the teacher. She lawyered up. It is still an investigation because I had to take my child to this facility.
Right.
Um, but the Board of Education didn't tell the news reporters that when they did the report.
Mm. Wow. Have anybody reached out to you from the Board of Education so far since this incident?
No,
Hmm.
no,
No emails, no letter in the
no.
mail, or anything.
I ain't got nothing. Nothing.
Hmm.
Nothing at all.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you a question. I think I asked you to. What is it that you want done?
I want justice.
Okay. What does justice look like to you?
I want for her to pay for what she did. I want her to
Okay.
be held accountable.
Okay.
I want her to be held accountable.
In what
I
way?
don't want her to be able to hurt nobody else's child.
You want her to lose her job or?
Yes, she shouldn't
Okay.
be working with no special needs kids.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I know if it's anybody else out there that has a special needs child, I know they feel like how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't want your child hurt, and you don't want to see the next person's child hurt. Our kids are our future. It's artistic people out here that are the smartest people of the world. Got good jobs, doing
Mm-hmm.
good by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to be held accountable for her actions. That's exactly what I want. I want her job.
Mm-hmm.
I want her livelihood. because you violated his livelihood. You violated him as a person, as a child, as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Right.
hurtful because
Right.
it's like,
But you know what? Let me ask you a question. Remember, we talked about it, and I did ask you when you before you went took your son to the special people, to the special investigators, the facility. I asked you to go in the room with your son, even if you don't say anything, you want to see. I did
mm,
ask you because he's still a child. He's still a child. And even if you in that room, they probably would make like, well, you're a bit distracted. This is my son. I want to see what you guys are asking him. I might not say anything. That's what I was trying to tell you before you took him to that meeting. Go in the room with him and watch. Just as like me. Give you an example. Preachers. I love preachers, pastors, but I know they're human beings. I'm
right,
not going to send my little fine daughter in a room
right,
of counsel with him,
right,
not getting down on you and nothing like that.
right.
Even if I don't say anything, I'm going to sit in on the counseling session.
But the
That's,
way the
go ahead.
detective made it seem as if that Caden had to talk to these doctors, and
And he could have.
they didn't want it to feel like Ike was throwing a signal at him for him to do it.
Right,
They needed for him to be able to talk to the doctor himself, like he talked to his pediatrician.
right. I mean, even if you stood behind a glass and watch and listen to the conversation, did you watch it when they was talking to him? Did they video it
Yes,
while you,
yes.
okay.
You can see where they was at. You just can't be in the room.
Could you hear what they were saying?
No, you can hear
See,
him.
see, yeah, For future reference, any parents that out there listen to me, always when it comes to your little child, always, because they defenseless. They don't know what's going on. Some children, they don't even know when they're being taken advantage of and fondled.
But you know what he did? He said, my teacher gave me medicine.
Now, he didn't know that. Yeah.
And she said, where did your teacher give it to you? He said, yeah, outside room. She said, the outside room.
Mm.
What's the outside room? The outside room is the behavior room.
Mm-hmm.
So that is video recorded. His meeting with that doctor, him
Okay.
speaking with that doctor.
Okay.
That's him making his statement to what happened to him. So if
Well,
he didn't make that statement, the investigator wouldn't be able to pick it up because they
okay.
automatically they said it they already looked at the video. No, we need to go further. I had to get on that phone, call the sheriff's department. Why do you think this teacher gave your child? Because she did. I need my child. I need someone to get his statement. The detective couldn't even get his statement. The detective was not in the room with Caden. It was
Mm.
Caden and the doctor. By Caden being diagnosed and have those special needs, he had to meet with those special people, and they had to make sure that it
Okay.
was right so that he can do his job and go after that teacher. And by
Okay.
Caden meeting with them people, that's when he opened it up and made it a criminal investigation. That's why it's open at this time.
Right. And
So I felt like if I would have stopped it, if I would have said no at that moment, I was like, okay, what do we got to do? So this is the only way. He
but
said, I can't.
then
He said,
even
I can't talk to him.
right,
He couldn't
even
talk to him.
after that, they still didn't give you. Now you got. I'm trying to figure out. You you send the professionals in here to talk to my son. Now afterwards, what's the report? We need something to ground. What have
What's
you
the
guys
report?
come
I
up
didn't
with?
get that report. He didn't give me a report. That detective didn't give me a report
No,
after me.
I'm
And I'm
talking about
asking him like, why? So you told me to bring my son down here. He was going to speak with his doctor, and that's how you were going to be able to get your testimony to understand that what happened to him. So therefore, you can pursue a criminal investigation out on this teacher. Now that we've done that, you've heard his statement. Y'all played y'all little game, the little trick to see if he will tell me if something happened. If you guys gave him something, you did. He told. What happened? What is the outcome?
that's right.
What is the outcome?
So do you let me ask you a question. Do you fault both the detectives and the doctors too as well?
Yes, I spoke. I met with the people at the expert people. I met
Right.
with them. She talked to me first.
Right.
On a list of paper, she told me this is how we do it, and this is what she said. I'm not going to lead the conversation. She didn't lead the conversation. Her thing was she went in there just like a friend with Khadyn. She played with the action figures, and she wanted to know how did he like school. And from that point on, she wanted him to talk, and they got him recording, him talking, what happened to him in the classroom. The detective took that, said, I need to speak with this teacher now. Now I need to speak with this teacher. Then next thing you know, he told me she lawyered up. Okay, what now? Now it's been crickets.
Did you ask the detective to subpoena the video, all the full footage?
Yes, he said that he did.
Okay. And what's the wait time on that?
He didn't tell me that either.
Well, so you got to ask. You have to ask. You have to, just like you called me, you have to.
I asked him how long, Martin. I
Yeah.
asked him how
Get
long.
on again. Ask him
He
again.
said, I haven't got it yet. I
Yeah.
haven't, like it's not a priority. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a priority
Right.
or something. Like everything y'all made me feel like I needed to do to help my child, I feel like I did it for nothing.
Right. I don't think you did it for nothing. You just got to stand true. Yeah. Yes. Well, hopefully, this particular video gets some attention and gains some ground, and someone that's on the ground can help you there, because it's not. I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming. Don't think that I'm not blaming you and the child's father. But don't give up. Just keep asking questions and demanding, and you need documentations. Whatever
I got
decision.
all the documentation,
I'm
all
not.
the
Hold,
IEPs, the
hold it.
504s, the hospital papers, the
Okay.
police reports.
No, I'm talking about the documentation of the special investigation. That's what. What
Yep.
was their findings?
Yep. That
Right.
something did occur to Khadyn.
Right.
That's what that's what the detective said. He was given medicine.
Okay.
Something happened to him. I need to find out what happened. I need his exact words. I need to talk to this teacher. But she lawyered up. His exact words, Martin.
Wow.
His exact words. So what do I do now?
Yeah, she called the news. The news did a report. They're waiting on the final of the last interview with a child. So that's what the news are waiting on. We all are waiting on it.
On the update.
What they come up with. So it's terrible.
It's
terrible.
so much. It's so much. It's so hurtful because it's not, I know it's not my fault, but
Right.
that is my child. And as being a parent, we're supposed to protect our children and have their back no matter what. Specials or non-specials, you're supposed to have your child back.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to have my child back all the way around, but it's like you got to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody to know somebody to be able to be heard and get what it is that you need to know, just for you to be able to have the right resources to get it all out in the open.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm going to what I'm going to do before I close out, I'm going to go to your interview real quick, and we're probably going to end it after that. I'm going to bring it up on the page, and I think I got it saved. Bring it up and let that play. All right. All right.
Ambulance after he claims a teacher gave him medicine. His parents say he's not on any meds. Doctors said the child had an unknown substance in his system, had slurred speech, could barely walk. Channel 2's Taisha Fernandez is in Rockdale County to explain why district officials are no longer investigating this.
I came here to headquarters for Rockdale County Schools after I saw a picture of what this child looks like on a normal day and compared it to a photo his mom showed me from Tuesday. Now, his mom says that a teacher gave him some medicine he wasn't supposed to have, but when I questioned the district, administrators said they saw video that did not support these serious allegations.
Why is it that my child had to be brought out of that school on a stretcher, unresponsive the way he was?
Rakaya and Odysseus Thompson are still demanding answers from the Rockdale County School District. Their 6-year-old son, Khadyn, has autism, and they say their son's teacher at Shoal Creek Elementary gave him some medicine Tuesday he wasn't supposed to have. The mom says she knew something wasn't right when Khadyn's teacher called, and she spoke to her son on FaceTime.
Khadyn sat down and he said, Mommy,
My head hurt. And I said, Khadyn, what's the matter? What's wrong, buddy? He said, the medicine. And she took the phone from Khadyn.
So mom headed up to the school and took him home.
Went the door and he fell into the car. So I said, Khadyn, what's wrong? He said, I don't feel good, mommy. And at this time I'm looking at him, his heart, you can see it coming through his shirt. No one can tell me what happened.
Rakaya said a school administrator called 911, and she said when a paramedic saw Khadyn's condition, he called police. This document from CHOA, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, says Khadyn ingested an unknown substance that gave him slurred speech, and he was not steady while walking. A spokesperson with Rockdale County Schools sent me a statement that says administrators and law enforcement have reviewed the video footage and found no evidence to support these allegations.
That's hard to believe. The way he was acting, the way he looked, somebody gave him something.
The parents gave us permission to speak with Khadyn. He is a sweet child, and he told us exactly what he told his parents, even the part about the medication being purple. The parents are supposed to view the video, and as soon as they do, they're going to share with us what they saw. We're in Rockdale County. I'm Taisha Fernandez, Channel 2 Action News.
All right, people. I'm sorry about that.
And they came out with that statement before he was even out of the hospital.
Wow.
Before he that quick, he hadn't even seen the doctor yet. How is that? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's some foul play going on there.
Yes, I believe that too.
And at the hospital, they did a common drug test. Khadyn went to see his pediatrician 2 days after this incident. He got out the hospital. I took him to his pediatrician. That night, about 3, 4 in the morning, he had a bowel movement. You know when a bowel movement is like medication passing through you. He had color and everything. You couldn't take the stool to the pediatrician because the stool only lasts for a certain amount of hours on the temperature where they can be able to test it. We was already on that. But when he took the stool, it was like, it's not going to be no good. I took a picture of it and I showed his pediatrician. She said that is abnormal, very abnormal for him.
Did they do a blood test?
They did a common blood test for Khadyn.
Okay.
And the common blood test did not show the Benadryl because the doctor said that Benadryl doesn't come up in a common drug test, but it is on the doctor notes. So I did sign over the paperwork to where the investigators are able to pull his hospital records so that they can see what the doctor's notes was on there. And the doctor does state that he was heavily dosed with a Benadryl substance.
Okay.
That she likely feels like it was a Benadryl substance.
Okay. All right. Whew.
It's a lot.
I know it. I appreciate you coming on here and spilling your heart out, defending for your child, which is the right thing to do.
Yes.
I'm with you. That's all I can work on this end. I can't promise you a miracle, but
I totally understand. This is more appreciative to me, Martin. Just to be able to get it out there, because you never know who may be listening, who maybe can sound like they can help me. This teacher had no right with giving my child anything to where he couldn't even walk. He couldn't even walk at all. The paramedics, they made their report. The detective has their report. All of these other reports, the school, the administrators in the school, they all know that he took something. She gave him something. She gave it to him.
So they released him the same day, right? That night?
He got released that night. Once he started coming to, maybe about 5 o'clock, he came to and he was able to walk.
Okay. Wow. All right. Is there anything else before we close?
No, that would be it. But if it's anybody out there that know anybody in the Georgia area, if you're willing to help me be on the sidelines, become part of this team to help get justice for Khadyn. Not just my child that has has autism. It's for all the kids out there.
Okay, real quick question. Don't they have like some type of organization out there that with children with autism or something? Have
Oh,
you
they
reached
do.
out to
They do.
have you
He,
reached out to one of them organizations?
I have, and he's on a waiting list. It's waitlisted.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about uh those organizations that help children with autism fight on your behalf or things like that. There should be some type of
I've not
organization.
been able to find any of those.
Okay.
Not active.
Okay.
COVID slowed down and stopped a lot of active
Okay.
resources that we did have. And right now it's hard to even find any active resources.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you, my dear sister, for coming on here. This is live, uncut, unedited. People, do me a favor. Make sure you share this video. I don't care if you tag someone in it or whatever you do. Talk about it. Make sure you share this video so it can get to the necessary people or persons that can help our dear sister. Please do. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. And this is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. To all my black people, I love being black. And to all my white people, I love being black. Ain't a thing you can do or say about it. Dear sister, you have our prayers. Hopefully some would happen after this interview. And I know you still hitting the ground running, still fight. Don't sit still. Don't be like the church folks.
No.
The church folks, they love to pray and don't do nothing. The Bible tells us faith without works is dead.
Yes.
If you praying for a job, young man and young lady, that means you need to be networking. You need to be filling out a resume. You need to look at the newspaper ads and everything. You just can't sit and pray and don't do nothing. Yes. They taught us that here in America. Just leave it to the Lord and pray and let no. No. That old slave master mentality. We don't want that.
And there's no quiet on this end. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to make a lot of noise, all the noise I can until I get the justice for Khadyn.
That's right. That's right. All right, my dear sister. Peace out.
Thank you, Martin.